Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're going to get started here in a moment. We got some folks that are just logging in. All right, Tim, looks like just about everybody's logged on, so go ahead and begin.
All right, Scott, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you all, first of all, for coming to our 2025 exhibitor webinar. First thing I'd like to do is thank all of our veterans. Sorry, a little quick on the draw. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service, your sacrifice, and to protect our freedoms. Today's itinerary is pretty short, but we'll start with myself, cover all the official vendors for Pittcon 2025. We'll do some review on the floor plan, as well as cover some important dates. Then we'll turn it over to Patrick Coit from Meet Boston, followed by Dick Howe from Pittcon to cover the labor rules. And then we'll turn it over to Margie Stingley from GES and Therese Charette from the BCEC. And finally, we'll close out with some tips and tricks from our exhibitor focus group. And they've been with us for quite a long time, so they have a lot of information to share, and you can ping them with any questions that you might have. I'll cover the Exposition contacts. This is our Expo team. Our chairperson is Mark Hubert. The chair-elect, who always follows to the next Pittcon, is Ed Zovinka, and Ed is also the attendee experience chair. So he has a lot of things planned for attendees and exhibitors alike after hours. And to mention, Mark Hubert will actually be our president when we come back to Boston in 2028. So that being said, our executive director is Tammy Yallum, and our client relations and acquisitions manager is Colleen Ellison. And Colleen creates, sells, and implements all of the sponsorships, as well as handles booth sales. So you'll be hearing from her, I'm sure, throughout this process. So these are our service contractors. I won't go into detail with each one, but you'll have these slides, and this is all information that we also have in our exhibitor services manual, which is in the exhibitor portal. So for those of you who've been to Pittcon often, you know about Pittcon Today magazine. There are some advertising opportunities in there. You can contact Chuck Wilson. Smart Source is our audiovisual and computer rental vendor, and they offer a wide range of solutions, including LED walls and custom booth equipment and things that will be tailored to meet your unique needs. You can reach out to Brandy Reed, and she'll be happy to assist you with that. All catering is handled through Levy Restaurants and the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center. Allison Bradley would be the contact there. The BCEC also handles all communication services from internet to networking and telephone service. And they also handle the utilities. And our global service provider, or Global Experience Specialist, or GES, is our main contractor. So they can handle all of your carpet, furniture, graphics, booth rental, and design. So that'll be a go-to contact. And they also have a link in the exhibitor service manual that you can go to their Espresso site to order anything that you need. Also, housing and travel is handled by On Peak. They are the only service that we use for housing. So if anyone else reaches out to you, they are not officially from Pittcon. So I would do all of your housing needs through the web portal. Lead retrieval and registrations handled by Maritz Global Services. So if you want to get a scanner, badge scanner, that's who you're going to go through. Security is handled by the BCEC Public Safety team. And finally, the DSV International Shipping handles all the shipping and customs. For domestic shipping, you can also go through GES for that. And we have some new hours this year for the show hours. Monday and Tuesday, we will start at 10 a.m. and go to 5 p.m. And on Wednesday, it'll go from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we just want to make sure you have a note of that. Some key areas to point out in the BCEC, or the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center. And the items in red are just important areas to be aware of. Registration is over here in the northern lobby. Pittcon Central is housed right in the center of the floor. So you see we have a cross design here, which I'm sure you're familiar with if you've already booked your booth. In the back of the hall here, we have the Pittcon Pavilion, and we have lunch, periodic lunch breaks. They're more fun science related things like the science behind brewing, food, things like that. This year, we're going to have some food trucks on the floor. So we'll have a couple of local food trucks and also grab and go type food so you can get in and out quickly. And then the expo office will be over here on the right hand side, as well as the services center. And this is where your vendors will be set up to help you with any of your service needs. One important area too is the eastern entrance over here on the left side of the floor. A lot of the hotels will be located back here, but the Westin is also connected to the convention center. So you'll have access to come through here once you are registered at the front. And also posters are over here on the left-hand side as well. And we want to make sure that everybody gets over to the posters will be running AM and PM sessions Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday up until 3. So please get over and show your support to those folks there presenting their posters. Some attendee engagement areas. In the back of the hall here, we have Pittcon Pups, and we're going to have a couple hours each day where people can go back and de-stress and pet puppies, but there's also going to be oversized lawn games in there. And then in the 2 parks, we're going to have a lab gauntlet in each park, as well as a Lego race track setup in Park 2. And also the Learning Lab and Demo Zone will be housed in Park 1. And we also have 2 new exhibits this year. One is a selfie bar with, I think it's going to be at least 6 backdrops. So you can take selfies, get on social media, and also your support, our impact exhibit, which is going to show everyone where their money goes when they do, invest in Pittcon. So here's a few important things to remember as far as move-in begins on Friday, February 28th at 8 a.m. It begins, and it runs through Monday, March 3rd, ends at 8 a.m. So everyone must be set up, all debris removed by 8 a.m. on Monday morning. As far as banner height goes, the maximum height on any hanging banner is 36 inches from the floor, and that's measured from the top of the banner. So if you have any plans to do so, that's the ruling on those. Booth carpet All booth carpet must be installed no later than 5 p.m. on Sunday, March 2nd. And that's to allow the aisle carpets to be laid down next. So all that has to be done first. A couple of things that I want to make you aware of about the exhibitor portal. There is task management there. So this should look familiar to you, hopefully at this time. We want to make sure that you complete all the necessary tasks by their due dates to stay on track. And so each one of these key tasks are located here on the left-hand side when you get into your exhibitor portal. The certificate of insurance is key. You will not be permitted on the expo floor if you do not have your certificate of insurance turned in by January 17th, 2025. So please get that done. That's urgent. Registering your booth staff. If you need more than your allotted booth staff and corporate guest passes, please purchase those in the exhibitor portal. We also want to make you aware of the Pittcon party and our after-hour social events. You can purchase these during exhibitor registration process, and they do sell out. So you may want to take a look and figure out which of your workers or folks will be attending any of those events. You want to get tickets ahead of time. Lastly, to purchase sponsorships, you can see the brand new 2025 sponsorship gallery, helping you maximize your ROA by engaging in branding. And you can contact, again, Colleen Ellison for that. She'll be happy to walk you through what we have available. Another important task is your digital promotion package. This should look familiar by now, but this will tell you which package might be best for you. And I'm going to show you some examples of those, but this is how the attendees are going to search for you in the system. So we want to make sure that every character counts. So if you do not complete the task on the left-hand side, this is basically what attendees are going to see. They'll just see the company name, your contact information, as well as your phone number and email. One of the things I'll point out is that when people do say they have the Pittcon list and they're trying to sell it, they're taking the information directly from our website. So you probably want to use something like an info@yourcompanyname.com rather than a personal email or a personal phone number. Just a tip there. The basic package, which you get for free, that comes with your booth. This is a really good example of someone who took the time and put in basic information. So you can upload your logo, company name, brief description, also some product tags so that they'll find you in different categories, as well as your contact information. And they did use an info@alleycat.com generic email address. Excuse me. Digital promotion package A is $595. It gives you additional text to put in there to describe the company, additional downloads. You can put product brochures, whatever information you'd like to have people download. Of course, your contact information as well. They did a good job of putting in a lot of product tags. But you do get a larger amount of text to do your company description. And we also have two other levels, the B and C, which gives you even more products to download. You can do some social media things. So take a good look at that. You may want to upgrade from the basic package to A, B, or C, but just wanted you guys to see what that would look like. We have some important dates and deadlines coming up. In November, payments are due upon reservation of your booth space. So if you have not paid for the booth space as of yet, please do so. If they're not paid by November 30th, you will result in the forfeit of your exhibitor space, and you'll have to choose a different space once you pay. In December, Monday, December 16th, we need to have your detailed plans if you have a peninsula or island configuration, and also any hanging banners, specialized lighting, exhibit drawings are due for Pittcon for approval. Friday, January 17th, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a certificate of insurance is due. And again, you will not be permitted to be on the floor without having the certificate of insurance. Also, your EAC or exhibitor appointed contractor forms would also be due, and their insurance certificate as well, if you have somebody who you have putting your booth together. Also, it's the last day for changes to be included on the printed floor plan, exhibitor list, and other printed materials. So you want to make sure you get all those things done by January 17. In January, the 27th of January is the first day items can be received at the GES Advanced Warehouse. That's an important date. Monday, February 24th is the last day items can be received at the GES Advanced Warehouse before you would start shipping them to the hall itself if you don't hit those deadlines. Exhibitor move-in begins on February 28th. As I just explained earlier, you will need a wristband required for entry because Reg doesn't open until Saturday, the 1st. And again, we just wanted to mention that we do have 2 sessions of the posters on the floor, AM and PM, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And that will keep activity on the floor up until 3. And just so you know, Wednesdays are free all day for attendees. So if you know, you want to invite local people to come in, or by all means, let them know that that day is free and they can go to the exhibition all day. Next up, we have Mr. Patrick Coit from Meet Boston.